Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's time to kick off the first game of the quarterfinals here at the PGL Major live from Krakow. And it's fnatic on the CT side of train here, Gambit on the T side, and already we're going to see Gambit making a march straight towards the inner.
Dennis hears some sound cues moving back, raising the alarm, and Flush is rotating around a connector position, but Gambit, they've slowed down. Olofmeister not waiting around, is going for a push through Ivy to find the information. JW is close to main, but can they get towards B fast enough, because now the T-Zum's looking to move in.
Yeah, it's a nice setup actually, I think, between the fnatic players here. The fast rotation from Crims is coming in as well. Looks like they know what's going to happen, but you got to connect those USP shots long range. So far, nothing actually going the way of fnatic. That's a really big problem for them, because now the Gambit start to get very close with those very dangerous clocks. On those close range, they start to swarm as the bomb gets planted. This is wonderfully handled so far by Gambit. There's just Crims and JW left now. They're having a real struggle to get in. Gambit with a fantastic pistol so far. No, surely not. Denied. Dozy, I can't believe he's going for it already, James, the knife kill.
That's a reasonable read. JW alive for now, but not for long. Mo will finish things off in the pistol round. I like the value play from Dozier, looking for the knife, and again, it's good. It's a good psychological advantage for the first round of a best-of-3 series. The pistol goes to Gambit. Let's see what the choice of fnatic is. fnatic, a team where anyone can pick up a sniper rifle. JW made some money with 2 kills there. He hasn't bought anything. $2,000 in the bank, so they're definitely going to want to start with sniper. Rest of the team, though, on the force buys. That is disgusting behavior.
And this is something that Gambit are going to be very strong at pulling off, is these rounds when you're facing the pistols. As you said, Gambit, they play as a unit. They've got great leadership, and they know what to expect when they're up against a team like fnatic in this position. So let's see how this goes. Looks like they are committing themselves into that B-bomb site, and they have a few Molotovs to assist them, as well as the regular utility you would come to expect, such as smokes and flashes. And here they go, Hobbit, first man in. That's his job with the MAC-10, looking to find out the information. I love the angle he's taken to try to clear the site. Really, really lovely approach here from Gambit, and it's going to work out quite well. fnatic, a small response from Flusher, but the bomb is down.
Dozier will hear the rotation from Olofmeister, but his crosshair is all over the shot. Now Olofmeister's picked up an SMG, swiftly taken away though by Adren. Flusher's managed to get himself a MAC-10. It's a 2-on-3. There's more damage to be done, but Gambit, they've got 2 Molotovs. They can simply hold the high ground. It's very unlikely that fnatic are going to be able to do anything about these Molotovs. So Gambit don't need to engage on the low ground. That's it. It's useful fish for something more from the round. I'll not quite get it. 2-0 Gambits.
Very well handled round indeed, and I'm sure that's something we should come to expect from Gambit Esports as things do progress here. And fnatic only able to steal away a MAC-10 there. Obviously they were able to do some damage, but I think Gambit will be more than happy surviving with 3 players there and only conceding a MAC-10. So again, nothing really to worry about there. They've all got helmets and so on. The MAC-10 is going to be hard to use, but it is actually in the hands of Olofmeister. So I'm curious to see how he's going to try to get value out of it in this round. He doesn't have any Kevlar to play with. It's just Flusher who saved Kevlar from the previous round. So fnatic, they don't have too much expectation in this one. Maybe getting a couple kills would be a good result, but beyond that, it will be very difficult against the likes of Gambit in this position.
It's interesting that JW's gone for a full double eco. He's got $4,000, and if he's playing towards the IB position, it might be because he needs utility to slow things down with smoke grenades and the like, whereas often AWPers will be content moving forward without that. He's got $600 more than you'd normally have in a round such as this. Now the push comes in from Gambit, looking for another good eco. Hobbit is very exposed, and surely he's going to go down. He's in the red of 20 HP, trying to get out of there, and indeed he will be able to back off. And Mo can take up the angle. Bomb planted, Olofmeister moving through the A site. Remainder of fnatic in B.
Again, another round with great movement from Gambit. Great use of utility, very disciplined play. Starting things off in such a composed manner definitely bodes well for them. But, of course, ooh, that's a bit cheeky, isn't it? Olofmeister with a long-range headshot there. That's some additional damage done. Looks like Dozy will be able to handle Olofmeister, take him out the picture. Flusher, though, looking to save that Kevlar of his and the CZ potentially. Maybe a sneaky frag, but no, denied by Zeus ultimately as we move in to Fnatic's first buy round.
I think he was trying to pick up the weapon, which the bomb would have sent his way, but he was denied by Zeus. Good presence of mind, good awareness by Zeus. In those situations, if a weapon has been dropped, then you need to keep an eye on it because it will be seeked out by the opponents. So indeed, JW with AWP, full armor, and he's got his all-important smoke grenade. So we'll see where he heads to. Zeus quickly into the A site, and Mo can hold some angles for him. It's common for a player to be up the ladder towards the IB position on the CT side. Can sometimes see Device playing from there, maybe he will later on. But for now, it's Fnatic on the CT side. 4 M4s, the sniper onto JW, playing in the connector position for the time being, and you can see he's been boosted up as well.
Yeah, Fnatic taking this very slowly for sure, just really trying to see how Gambit wants to play this. What is the pace of their T side? There's a lot of information to be gathered in that sense here for Fnatic, so they don't want to get too aggressive too soon. Rather, it's better to test Gambit's offense. And should Gambit decide to go for a set-piece execution onto the A site, which is quite likely usually, and again, that would be a test for Gambit. Okay, how well is this going to work for us against one of Fnatic's setups? And the same for Fnatic. They get to test out, okay, how well are we holding these pushes? Because it's one of the most common strategies you'll see. And you can see that Fnatic aren't giving up any picks or looking for any picks, really. So Fnatic are running the clock down and forcing Gambit essentially to go for this set piece at some point. But there's only 30 seconds left and they still haven't got the bomb, and they're not really in position to attack just yet. It's just Zeus who's in a forward position. The rest of the team needs to get to the bomb site quickly, James. There's only 20 seconds left.
Yeah, they've played the slow game and it really hasn't worked out. They were looking maybe for an opening from Fnatic, but there's an opening. JW can kick things off towards the A site, and that's the bomb drop. 14 seconds. What do you even do, Gambit? You go to save in a situation. It's Dozier left, picking up an M4. Can he get any damage done? Any more damage? Doesn't seem so. Apparently Gambit had a hard read that they were to get an entry. Maybe because of Zeus's position they waited, but it ended up being a wait that was too long. Nobody came.
I do really like that idea from Gambit too, because perhaps you could be in this situation where maybe a team like Fnatic, you could maybe see them getting a bit antsy if there's a lot of time, that's being killed on the clock. Maybe they want to see some action. Maybe they will overextend somewhere, but credit to Fnatic holding their nerve completely, very composed, very disciplined. They had a game plan, an idea of how to approach that round. They stuck to it all the way to the end, and to see Crims already getting a trio of frags, that's a very good sign for Fnatic. The rock of the team, perhaps.
Look at the difference now. JW, last round he was over towards Connector. A nasty surprise from his boosted position, and now he finds himself towards B. So looks like JW is going to be all over the place, and Fnatic are going to try and keep him as unexpected as possible. And I think normally you would expect him around the IB position, but it's Olofmeister for now. Gambit with 2 players going for the running jump. Maybe in case there's a second door, something they'll need to identify as this round proceeds. 1 minute 10 for Gambit.
Interesting that there's 3 players around Ali here for the Fnatic side at the moment. Well, there was 3. Now there's still, having 2 players, there is still quite a lot of attention put onto that position. Looks like they might be thinking of making a play here to try to retake this position and gain some information in the process. Olofmeister making life very annoying. Again, if Gambit were to try to go for this triple-pronged attack onto the A site, to play aggressively like Olofmeister just did, putting a forward smoke down there, really slows Gambit down and delays their timing because they want to come in with everybody at once. And Olofmeister sat here holding them off, but we've got Hobbit there making a kill towards Inner. That should go a long way here, and it's going to cue another play coming in as Flush is able to defend there. Very important for Fnatic, but again, 25 seconds left, and the bomb needs to make its way to that A site.
Bomb around E-Box, and Fnatic have read that it's going to be an A plane. Crims is around with JW as well. 2 kills for JW, bomb is on the floor. Caught with his knife out, but the time is with Fnatic. 3 versus 1 now, as Zeus wonders what could have been in this round. Trying to escape, he won't be allowed to. Another kill, 3 kills for JW. And that's a good start for Fnatic. JW is rotating everywhere. He's played in 5 rounds, he's been in Connector, he's been over towards B, and rotated towards the IB position, and then back on the bomb train. JW is all over the place, and that's going to be hard for Gambit to deal with.
And the one thing that could be worrying for Gambit now is whether fnatic are able to essentially get in their heads and read what kind of pace they're going to run. Because we just saw a bunch of slow rounds that really did not work out for Gambit. So fnatic have to be expecting fast play now because Gambit have to change something. So I wouldn't be too surprised if fnatic do alter their setup to account for that. But of course here they understand that Gambit can't have too much but maybe pistols is all that's required. Adren with a great shot there. That's Flusher dead, but how much more can they really get out of this?
The numbers game towards the B bomb site. Flashbangs will force Dennis from his position, and the bomb's going to go down. Adren with another kill. He's the only person, though, with a really strong gun at the moment. There is a P15 play, but Adren with the deagle has to do more. Hobbit, Dozier taken down. No rifles for Gambit to collect. All their kills have been long range, and fnatic will return in kind with the long range kills, leaving Mo alone, looking for a flank, but Olaf might have to read on it. The Glock was never going to get done much done in that situation. fnatic prevail. Some flashy kills, but the round goes the way of the Swedes.
And the crazy thing is the amount of damage they did. Again, you know, the 2 kills with the deagle, that's actually, if you consider the investment, like you said, there was only 1 good weapon actually as far as the pistols were concerned, and they got 2 kills on the bomb plant. That's actually an insanely good result for Gambit. And now the score is all tied up, 3 to Gambit, 3 to fnatic. And we get the buy in once again. We've got Mo on the AWP. Now, this is the interesting situation. Will we see Gambit change the pace? Will they go for a very fast play? That is what I'll be looking for here in this round. We've got double off for fnatic, mixing things up there. Mo unable to find a quick pick there from the team main area.
Interestingly, Gambit were looking out for a potential second AWP in a previous round, when they lost one of their own, and now the nasty surprise is here. There are flashbangs for this position. JW, I think he gets a kill there 9 times out of 10, but not on this occasion. Dennis is going to be a nasty surprise. He saw Dozier drawing his gun very late. Free kill for the Swedes.
Yeah, and you can see Gambit are trying to go fast into B, but then that forward frag from Dennis really creates a horrible situation because now they have to adapt. They can't just force the play. Now that fnatic have the information, they've got that first pick, they've got the rotation in. So it's back to the drawing board in this round for Gambit, and not only are they back to the drawing board, they're doing so with 1 player less. So it's going to be very tough for them to get in here, and they don't have a huge amount of grenades either, so this will be quite the struggle for Gambit. And fnatic with those double orbs, it's very scary.
Olofmeister has gone for his second push through Ivy of the round. This time it will yield a kill onto Mo. Gambit are looking very disorganized at the moment. They don't seem to know what they want to do. So they've had 1 issue, and now they're in a really nasty situation where they've got no map control, and they're trying to re-establish it. And now the bomb is on its own with 30 seconds remaining. 2 players towards the B bomb site. They don't have the personnel to fake in this situation. So JW and Dennis will duel with them on the B bomb site. Dennis taken down, but JW finally getting the close range kills towards B.
A great little play. They're getting out of harm's way with the flashbang. JW still causing huge problems there on the bomb train. Crims will pick up the kill onto Adren Zeus now. There's nothing really much he can do with 10 seconds left and an AWP and no friends to play off of. So again, just as you say, you know, Gambit, they kept trying to make plays here, and fnatic with their aggressions have been so well timed, able to just, you know, be in the heads of Gambit, just get the right player in the right position, get that bit of information, get that pick off. Has to completely change the round for Gambit. fnatic reading it really well, understand where to take the next aggression.
It seems like a false start for Gambit.
Yes, absolutely. It's their initial approach is not panning out so well at all.
Ignoring the pistol, it's 4-0 to fnatic.
Oh, surely
at the
not.
moment in the business part. What do you see, Dan? What's going on?
Do we have 3 orbs? We have 3 orbs on fnatic, James. The triple orb special.
It is Train. Train must be the most viable map in the map pool at the moment to have 3 orbs on. That is quite the change. So Gambit, they don't have the money. This is a buy between the buys for Gambit, and they're heading towards maximum loss bonus. Zeus dying after time has got nothing in the bank, but the point is, Gambit have enough to cause problems to fnatic. They've got smoke grenades as well. If they get into close quarters, then those 2 M4s are going to have a lot of work to do. These kind of rounds can really fall apart for a team with more than 2 sniper rifles on their side, but most of the time does work out. We'll see how it works on this occasion. It seems it will be the execute into the A site. We saw Cloud9 have some nice counters to this play. We'll see if fnatic have picked that up, or if they've got other ideas.
And they should be expecting this as well. And you can see JW's got a great angle here. You can look over the smoke. That flashbang was perfect there. Able to cover the approach from Adren, but perhaps not good enough. JW still on top of things. But the bomb will make its way quickly towards B. A very cheeky fake coming in here from the Gambit side, and it's worked. It's given them a plant, but Dennis needs to be on his mark as well with the AWP. JW indeed will be falling victim to the close range of that Tech 9 from Hobbit as he starts to push the issue around the train. Another frag all of a sudden. Oh my goodness, Hobbit with 3, and there's problems now here for fnatic. A 2 versus 2 as suddenly we get Crims answering back, but Dozier, he's had so much time to position here. Will fnatic read this?
Olofmeister has 1 HP. Dozier, there's opportunity for him. They could go for a smoke defuse attempt. There's tons of utility here for fnatic, and it's Olofmeister with 1 HP to try and defuse the bomb. It's not going to work out. Is there time for Crims? It's going to be a close one, Dan. It's going to be a close one, but I think they just might do it.
Oh my God,
you heard
James.
the beat there. You heard the beat. And, you know, before the round started, we spoke about how you can have problems with three AWPs, but I don't think that was necessarily the issue. fnatic had a full 5-man rotation into A. 2 Gambit players made it into B with no one there to defend it whatsoever. There was no one there.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's so funny because fnatic, who have so far been predicting Gambit, I think, quite well. I think, as you say, James, they were absolutely convinced it was going to be just an A commitment. So such a smart timing for a fake there from Gambit. Perhaps that can bounce them back into this one, as you pointed out, it's fnatic with all the momentum until that round. So it could be quite the turning point here. We have Gambit just taking some early map control, but being fairly passive, perhaps afraid that fnatic might decide now to throw in a spanner to the works and get some aggression going on early. But fnatic still playing quite passively overall, and their aggressions on the CT side have been very measured.
That round has annihilated the money of the CT side. Gambit, opportunity knocks for them, but the first task for the Gambit side is to do something before there are 30 seconds remaining, and that hasn't been happening in these rounds. There's been a lot of waiting around, and then yes, you will wait for the CT utility to be used. But look at this, there's a minute on the clock. There are 3 smokes here for the CT side. JW doesn't get an engagement on that occasion, but Crims definitely will do. Around the pop, though, 2-man spray down for him, looking for the third. He's seen the bomb, though, and indeed it's going to be another full rotation from fnatic. Olofmeister for 2K with the AWP. Only Dozier remains. Not enough damage done by Gambit.
Awesome defense there from fnatic. And one thing that's also really amazing from Gambit is these flashes of theirs. They have obviously drilled the hell out of these offensives, because we saw JW there. He's got an aggressive deep angle. Looks like it's going to catch somebody off guard. That's the whole point of it. But there's a flashbang for that. Gambit very well prepared here. But again, that's the danger of a team like fnatic. These guys are just individually absolute monsters, and that's what Gambit are going to have to try to deal with. They're going to have to slay the monsters of fnatic.
It almost feels like Gambit are trying to avoid playing the style of game that fnatic want to play, but they're just not getting enough done. And it seems that fnatic know Gambit want to play a slow game, so they're just holding on to the utility that you would normally see disappear when you play a slow round. So that's not necessarily working out for Gambit. Max loss bonus, the AWPs and rifles will be on their way, regardless of the outcome of this round for the T side, but see if they can do some more damage. This time, fnatic are holding steadfast with 2 players in the B bomb site. Mo makes it into no man's land and gets taken down in isolation. Olofmeister's got problems now. Players to the front of him, players to the back, and now the kills are coming in for Gambit.
They've done a great job here taking over the bomb train, but there's still a few players left here to fight back. Dennis coming in from Connector now with the AK-47, able to win the battle against Dozier. Still 3 remain though, and Zeus does have an AWP, so there's certainly a lot to be up against here for fnatic as they take their time and they try to coordinate themselves in together as 3, as Adren also waits for the perfect timing, able to support Zeus, who has that AWP. Adren with the peeking there, trying to buy time. Hobbit once again with a Tech 9, and it's just going to be 1 player left here for the Swedish side. It's Flusher. Can he make this happen? Going for the hold. Hobbit says no. And that's the round there from Gambit. I mean, it seems like they don't need rifles, James. Just give them some Tech 9s and a couple of smokes, and they're good to go.
fnatic finding it hard to deal with the pistols, but you saw fnatic made adjustments when they over-rotated in a previous round, so They are staying sharp, the Swedes, despite losing that round. Very patient play from Hobbit, concentrating on the headshot in that duel. You could see a lot of people go crazy and maybe grab their mouse too hard, but the focus was there from Gambit. They're back to winning ways. 3 snipers on the map. Crims with the MP9, and that would tell me aggression, and indeed he's making his way inside the pop dog position. Definitely want to be up close with a weapon such as that. Fast fire rate, but it does fire potatoes.
It's like Fnatic have all the players in the right positions here, and of course part of the reason is due to the aggression that Olofmeister has taken towards Ali. He's got that information, and great position there from Dennis. Can fall back, does that commit Gambit though? Are they going to go in with this after losing a man early on? It looks like they're going to go for it. JW up close, going to whip the first shot there as Dennis is in still a great position. And he's got JW to provide distraction for him, but it's not going to be good enough. Gambit with the entry frags here. Now it's Flusher who's the closest man, as well as Crims coming into the flank here with that MP9. Zusto holding him at arm's length with a Tech 9, but not for too much longer. But still, 3 players left here for Gambit on the bomb site at the moment to try to defend. And here goes Olaf with that AWP. Sneaky plays over the train. Nice flick shot there from him, but Dozier with a fast response.
Crosshair was in the right place, but not quite hitting the mark. Crims, he's been beasting so far. He's got 14 kills in these 10 rounds. He doesn't have a kit though. The double peek is absolutely perfect from Gambit. Talk about communication. Really nice stuff from them. A second round. What does this do to the cash of Fnatic? Well, it is in the toilet. It is down the pan. $2,000 per person. Do Gambit have a good read of the money? Again, in the scoreboard, the players can see how many CTs they killed in each round, and that will help them determine what round to expect from Fnatic. Almost nothing bought by the Swedes just yet. Crims with a P250, and that is literally it as they leave CT spawn.
And it's so cool as well to see, Crims having good performances and so on in Fnatic again. I think everybody on the team is sort of finding themselves, and they've refound their identities. And I mean, he was always known for being one of the most efficient players and one of the best anchors in the business. And we've already seen his ability when faced with multiple opponents at once. Very capable. His pistol slowly diminishing at the moment for Fnatic. A nice little flick shot there from Mo. Also, a bit of penetration damage will be finished off by Adrenans. This affair will soon come to a close, I think, as Gambits diligently, methodically make their way to round number 6, although it's a bit annoying there for Mo. But there it is, 6-6.
Yep, minimal damage done, AWP saved. They will be absolutely happy with that. Finally, it seems that we will get a close train after a bumpy start for Gambit. The score is tied. No snipers on the Fnatic, and I do wonder if we'll start to see a more aggressive Fnatic now in this shape. Maybe they'll feel like the devil on their shoulder is pushing them forward, pushing them through Ivy again. I do wonder what role JW will have in a round like this. Now he's over to his Ivy position, but Olofmeister going straight through Ivy immediately. They seem to have a good read that Gambit just abandon this position often. I mean, Fnatic, they've had some good reads on Gambit, like Fnatic in that previous buy round they lost. They had the numbers in the B bomb site, weren't successful, but they did make the right play.
And now it seems to be time for Gambit to make the move in towards B at the moment. But I do wonder if they'll have anything sneaky up their sleeves, whether they'll try to double back or just commit into it. Looks like there's going to be a committed play here with the smoke. Dennis with a quick play with that flashbang going straight forwards. Almost gets 2 there, but denied by Mo ultimately now as we get 3 players left for Gambit. They've got to plant the bomb here. Zeus claiming ground, forward ground there. 2 frags from him. That's massive work, but Olaf's still alive and stalking through the smoke. It's Adren though. So smart is Adren. He knows what's up. That's Olofmeister done. And Crims has got nothing really left to do but to turn tail and run. He's got such low hit points at the moment, 23.
It's a 1 versus 2. He's got to go for this. The bomb's only just gone down as well. Surely someone has dropped one, but it's not going to work out for him. Gambit take the lead. I think Crims just wanted to reset the situation. He was spotted, he was exposed on the high ground. He had bullets, grenades, shrapnel flying his way. But no, that is the 4th round in a row for Gambit, and it's a tactical timeout from Fnatic. Their momentum has suddenly gone. The swing is broken, and they'll try to fix it in these 30 seconds. Great bursting by Zeus. Lovely second kill from him as well. Adren staying close to the smoke again. When a T side chooses to push through B, one really good thing to watch is the T player who goes near connector, what he chooses to do. Some will try and make a play into connector, some will try and make it beyond towards the CT side of the train yard, and some will just stay around that smoke or on the slope if there isn't a smoke there. Adren chose to stay around the smoke, so he would have an advantage if a CT went through it, got a free headshot, saw the last player as well, pretty much won the round for his team from that point, unless Crims has a nice 1v2 clutch, but it wasn't to be. Fnatic on the pistols. It's their turn to head towards maximum loss bonus. Adren with the AWP rather than Mo. That's curious. Maybe spawn-based. Indeed it is. He's going to swap around now, and everything goes back to normal.
But we know the pistols are very dangerous in the hands of the Swedes. Dozier looking for this, though. Really nice stuff there. Very cognizant as Dozier now looks for perhaps a trade fragger to come into play. A nice smoke in this position and trying to open up Ali. Wow, with the CZ spraying through the smoke. Flusher, of course, getting the kill. Lovely stuff. And now Zeus doesn't have anyone to play off of here, so he's got two angles to be worried about because they could always just push the smoke. So you have to be very careful about that. Yeah,
it's awkward for Zeus. He can hold this angle and be relatively safe, but there's an AK on the floor around the corner. He doesn't want them to collect it, but now he's got no choice. And you can see he just dives around the corner as fast as he can, does his best. Three frags in 1 second. Crims making it a fourth. JW got a quick two, but who knows what the hell just happened. It did seem a bit scrappy the way their approach to Ivy. I mean, maybe they thought they were just USPs or something, but it did seem a bit scrappy from Gambit.
Yeah, I mean, Gambit just tried to go through Pop Dog and teammate at the same time, and just look at this. Oh man, just coming in from above there, dropping down from the top of the train. That is some good timing, if ever I've seen it, from JW, and that is certainly a bit disappointing for Gambit, but they have 7 rounds on the board still, so really competitive game of train at the moment between these two teams, and we see once again the double ops come into fashion here for Fnatic as JW and Olofmeister hold on to those, and Olofmeister, he's been making so many plays by himself at Ali, and this round is no different. Look at all the info he's got.
It's almost like it's CT territory. It's familiar to him, like an old friend. Smokes, grenades all over. This is Bedlam. Ivy was left exposed for the most part, but Flush is the one to get the 2K rather than Olofmeister, who's playing in the IB position. Many Fnatic players around the train, and it seems perhaps Gambit have lost their momentum in the last round of the first half.
I think Gambit are trying to play off a distraction from Hobbit there, dropping down Pop Dog, but that smoke slowed them down a bit too much. It makes life difficult as Fnatic aren't going to be caught off guard. They're ready now. It was a nice play from Gambit, but indeed that smoke at Pop Dog ruins all the plans of Gambit there, and Fnatic looking very good here for the 8th round. Close out this half. Nice frag there from Hobbit though at range, trying to go for the taps. Another one from Hobbit. He's not down and out just yet. He's got 16 points of health though, so it's going to be hard for him to win some of these engagements, and JW's in a devious position here. Close range, just the single bullet required. 8 rounds for Fnatic, 7 for Gambit. But if you look at how this started, I thought maybe Fnatic would start to run away with things, but Gambit, man, they're showing a lot of temerity at the moment.
Yeah, this it's good. It's a close. I mean, Gambit could have gone in with a lead had not been for that half by round from Fnatic. But here we are, all to play for. Fnatic off to the T side, and you can see that JW has been one of the heavy hitters in the first half, along with Crims. Crims up there with 16, leading the server at the moment. There's a good average of kills on Gambit, but they don't want to be average in this half versus Fnatic now, who will be able to set the pace. And they'll be playing with confidence, Fnatic. The amount of times they were able to trespass into what is normally T territory in the first half will only boost their confidence moving into the second pistol round. Crims and Flusher with grenades. Zeus will be carrying the smoke and defuse kit. Everybody else on Kevlar.
Yeah, I love all these grenades from Fnatic. You wouldn't often see it like in an online match or something, but here they obviously have quite the plan, using those grenades to give them ample coverage to at least secure a bomb plant, but some kills will be lovely as well. Nice tag there coming in. Mo desperately weak, and the bomb will go down. Fnatic with a very strong opener, but it's a pistol round, and it can all change in the blink of an eye as we see still 5 players standing for Gambit.
Mo and Dozier trying to double peek, but Mo gets taken down. But Dozier will avenge the kills, and now it's down to JW. Smoke and defuse comes in. He is not making it there in time, and I think he realizes it. Wax on, wax off. Can save his Kevlar, try and get some extra money. He'll do exactly that. Picks up another pistol as well, but the pistol does go to Gambit. That's a huge round for the CT side.
Yeah, that means 2 pistol rounds won by Gambit, so definitely a struggle in that sense for Fnatic. Now, how will Gambit approach their CT side? We saw Fnatic were really, really passive, allowing Gambit on their T side to sort of just play the field and then react. Gambit might have a similar approach in mind. Of course, we have the full save here for Fnatic. They want the AK-47s in the following round. So this should be quite an easy one here for Gambit. Zeus starting things off well. Quick 2K for him, making some money with that SMG. Hobbit will continue the trend as well, and it's almost all over, and we can get into the real business here when the AKs come into play.
Mr. Stock Knife Flusher. It's been spotted, and surely it's a matter of time. Cheeky grenade, but the god Dozia finished things off with the UMP. Nice money bonus for him. Most of the Gambit side went for rifles, including the scouts, onto Mo, and those rifles continue. So it seems Mo will keep the scout in his hands. Should the worst happen for Gambit, he can buy with his team in the next round. 5 AKs from Fnatic, reasonable amount of grenades. So let's see just how aggressive they can get.
You'd normally expect it with those AKs. It's always a comfortable round when you get them into those open spaces of the AE yard. But we've got some forward positions here to try to maximize the effectiveness of these SMGs from Zeus. He's making a lot of noise. They're jumping around, running around as well. Mid-Pat's trying to bait a peek and then tosses the nade up. A nice idea from Zeus, however, it's not going to really yield all that much for him just yet. And Fnatic starting to wander down towards the B side of the map with Olofmeister just pressuring towards Ali, and that's really important because it makes it very hard for Gambit to read what this round's going to be. But here it is, the entry from Fnatic into the B sites. Adren will be able to get the first kill, but the quick trades make life quite difficult for Gambit.
Dozia repositioning, but he can't get anything done in that situation. Some advantages with the CT. So Molotov will try to force Crims out into the open, but the smoke is there. He can hold his position. Flusher getting taken down. T still on the high ground. There's a flank coming in from Olofmeister, and he better move quick because Dennis is alone on the site. No Molotov or any other shenanigans, and there are smokes for Gambit. 2 of the 3 players with kits, they could go for a hero defuse. They're looking for the flank, and Olofmeister's finally there. Dennis now on the high ground. He's got a good angle, but he's expecting a peek. There's Hobbit taken down. Going for a spray transfer, but Zeus was off of it. Gets back on it. 2 players surviving for Gambit. They prevail, making it to double figures.
And the really sick thing here as well is we can't forget that Gambit actually tried to continue with their SMGs and the scout and so on, and they still won the round. They picked up 2 AKs, so they have made a huge amount of money. They're really making the most of that, winning that initial pistol round. So this really puts a lot of pressure on Fnatic. Fnatic have to start controlling Gambit's economy, because if it starts to get out of control, Fnatic are going to have a hard time just being up against what will seem like endless buy rounds. And this was the way that Gambit turned things around. The Tech 9s and the grenades. Let's see if it works as well for Fnatic.
JW is only 22 years old. The man has his own shot, and he's 22 years old. What the hell's going on? Fnatic moving through the IV position. Hobbit needs to back off. He can have a crossfire with his teammates, but he's still staying close. Gets shot straight in the head, and so does Zeus. The same problems that Fnatic had, Gambit are having those as well. They are getting absolutely waxed out. Olofmeister with a 2K so far, picked up an AK. What has happened to Gambit in this round?
And Dozy just has to get damage in here. He can't allow Fnatic to take away too many weapons. And there's an AWP. Oh, the timing. Dozier, though, coming back into the angle at the right time. However, it's just going to be 1 frag for him. And we can see Olofmeister picks up the AWP. We've got AKs collected as well, M4. So Fnatic, that's exactly what they had to do. But Gambit, they're going all in, James. All the chips are going across the line. We've got double AWPs from Mo and Adren.
Zeus had $10,000 at the start of that round, so he is dropping some cash for his team. What a great spray from Olofmeister. That is sexy stuff. Keeps it close. You see Mo, Hobbit, he's been feeling the emotions, man. Zeus has forced him to engage in a bro fists. That's a nice shot from Fnatic. Can you imagine if that was a kill? what it would do to the psyche of Gambit. They need to keep their heads in the game, this CT side. Again, Zeus as the in-game leader, and also the captain, trying to keep his team focused, but you can see they are hurting a bit.
Everything slows down now as Fnatic start to take more position. They get all of myself back towards Ali. Again, that's so key, just always keeping pressure towards Ali, because again, it's so hard for Gambit to know, is it going to be that triple-pronged attack into A? They put pressure around T-Main and Pop Dog as well at points. Is it going to be the plan to beat? It just becomes so hard, and it's all because of Olofmeister and how he can stay alive, keep pressure up, keep himself in good timings on rotations. But it looks like Fnatic indeed will make their way in towards the A site, and Olof, he's got some help arriving behind him soon, but he's not too afraid to take these duels ahead of his teammates. As he looks for the peek. Not quite good enough there. Zeus with a nice wide peek there to avoid Olofmeister. Great re-peek there from Zeus. Brave stuff, but it pays off.
Those who are looking to flank from the B bomb site, can he get a pop in time? The bomb's heading towards the main position. Dennis tagged, making his way into the site, but there are no kills just yet for this T side. There's Dennis getting taken down. Things go from bad to worse. Grenades flying in, but JW's been given a present. What can he do with it? There are 20 seconds for them to make a gauntlet run to that bomb site, and they're not getting anywhere yet. Hobbit taken down finally, but all the CTs are here. They've got a crossfire on the bomb site. The bomb can surely not go down. Dozier in the pop dog, lovely close range from JW, but there are 8 seconds for this plan to happen. The pistol for Adren, and that's going to be the round over. 2 versus 1. JW needs to get away. 3 HP. He will be hunted by Dozier with that pistol, doing his best to hide, and he's somehow going to escape. But the round is with Gambit. Some nice parkour from JW towards the end there.
Yeah, he's on the run, man. That's crazy stuff there from him. The Hunger Games business on the survival is JW, but that no-scope, what on earth was that? I guess it's just JW, classic JW things, isn't it? That's what it is.
Standard stuff for a high-pressure AWPer. Thrives in those situations, and we'll see which team will thrive in this one, because it's going to be a rough buy for both sides. All the UMPs coming out. JW and Olofmeister towards Ivy, and let's look at Hobbit's position. He'll get some sound cues from this, but I can't see a flash push coming in. Mo is close to him, but he's got main to focus on, and so does Zeus. CT's still positioning around the map at the moment. Zeus with the FAMAS. If he has to duel towards the main position, that's going to be less than ideal. Fnatic will search for a pick with this boost. Zeus will hear it. Surely he could take a grenade from a teammate now. He's very exposed.
Yeah, here goes the peak. Zeus going to lose out on that one. Dennis opening things up here, and now Gambit, they've got to be worried because Fnatic are ready to come in from Ali as well very shortly. And with that man advantage that they have, Gambit going to have to make some plays, and it's, of course, a trend to try to make the play, but Dennis shuts him down as well. That's 2 for Dennis in this round. Is there salvation is somewhere in these 3 remaining players for Gambit as time starts to get lower, and Fnatic, of course, will begin to make their way back in.
Olof and JW continue to creep towards Ivy. Fnatic careful of main, don't quite have possession of it just yet. Some warning shots from both teams around the Ivy position, and the clock continues to tick. Hobbit very exposed. Mo, it's his turn to get the no-scope, and JW's down as well. Crims, though, he's still got the bomb, dropped off, leaving Flusher alone in a 1 versus 2. 18 seconds, they don't need to show. Dozier repositioning, his teammate will be the bait. Flusher's high, he's exposed, jumping onto the low ground, he's got to run to the site, and he'll get taken down from the back by Dozier. That was really worrisome for Gambit. If you look at when Zeus went for the dry peek, he hears jumping, he knows at least one person is in Pop Dog. Mo is on the bomb train, he's got the one flashbang that the 3 of him, I think Adren was there as well, he could flash for Zeus, but with the AWP, he's holding the angle on main, so it seems they chose to sacrifice Zeus rather than him come off the angle and throw the flashbang. Really tight stuff for Fnatic, but they come out on the losing end again.
That was epic stuff from Mo. Oh my God, the guy is performing under pressure right there, and I love that. Even in that super high octane situation, gets to 3K. The last player, he realizes, I don't have to take the duel here. I'm not supposed to take the duel here. I can play with my teammate. And to be able to do that after making such a quick series of kills really shows Mo's experience and why he has made it with his team onto this stage. Right now, he's making the stage look pretty good, James. It's a 12-9 scoreline for Gambit, and that round is going to give them a lot of momentum because the money indeed is pretty poor for Fnatic at the moment.
Yeah, Mo looks pretty level-headed at the moment. Hobbit, though, you can see he's feeling the pressure, but it's not affecting him in the game. He's got 19 kills. He is leading the charge. This time, fnatic are on the pistols, but they've got no Kevlar. They don't really have that many dangerous guns. Olaf with the Deagle, and he's got full armor with his Deagle. He can take the odd shots. Sometimes it does make the difference, but he'll be looking to do some damage to the CT economy, but he'll be the bait. JW will get the job done for 1 kill at the very least. But in a 4 versus 2 Glocks, we cannot expect much more. Adren going fishing, but he's using missiles as bait in this situation.
13 for Gambit. They're pretty close now for map number 1. It's going to be interesting to see what fnatic choose to do here to try to break Gambit, because if Gambit pick up this round, fnatic are back into eco territory. It's going to be really difficult. Of course, they will have a $2,900 for their round loss bonus. So if fnatic do get a bomb down in this round, even if they lose it, they can still try to force together a buy in the following round, which will feature AKs and so on. But that's not ideal. They really need to stop Gambit right now. This is such a key round for fnatic to win. And so that means their decision as to how they approach it couldn't be more crucial. And looks like there's aggression from Gambit. They've got a quick pick there. Mo, where's he going to be? Looks like it's going to be Inner this time. And that's Crims sent to the bench for this one.
Mo doing the same that JW was trying to in the first half. Gambit have a third player towards B in Adren if needed, but now he's going back and forth to connector. So perhaps the Gambit have a good read on what the remainder of fnatic will do. The flash is there. Those just being very cheeky, maybe expendable, looking for info with the UMP. Hobbit and Zeus will fade towards A for the time being, but surely the rotation will come in from Zeus. Adren's got to be very careful. He's going straight into the grenade, but he will survive for now. Mo with the pick onto Flusher. Mo delivering even more kills for his side. 3K for Mo so far, and Olaf Meister remains. Not going to expect Zeus in the same position, and Adren will finish off the job. 14-9 Gambit. No plan for fnatic.
I mean, we said it, that was the round that fnatic had to win to stop this scary momentum for Gambit, but they seem to be getting stronger every round at the moment and looking very confident. fnatic having to go, actually looking like they're going for a force buy here anyway, despite not getting the bomb down. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Keep Gambit off of match point. Give yourself 2 chances instead of just having 1. Tech9s, AK, Galil, grenades. That's what fnatic are going to try to win this round with. It doesn't look good. Let's see what they got.
Dozier. What are you doing, Dozier? You're not supposed to be in this position. There are 4 people on the A site, and he's going to get dinked by his teammate. That's going to give his position away to the team. What the hell's going on? That is so unlucky for him. That's crazy. And that might cause a rotation from fnatic. Talk about a stroke of luck, that!
That is absolutely ridiculous indeed. They've been handed something here, but how far can they take it? Because they still have to get into a bomb site. They haven't really got much map control. They haven't attacked any choke points just yet. They don't have weapons that can really perform at range, except Dennis, who's critically low at this point on health. It's still going to be very difficult here for fnatic. Hobbit looking to find himself a quick kill here in the main. This would be a really big one to find. And Crims goes down. Now it's just about the 3 players there from fnatic making their way towards B. It's all on their shoulders.
It's retake territory. Oh, Adren, please. The clutch king with 100 ping, but only good for the 1 kill this time. Flusher is close to the red. JW is with him. Flusher on the low ground, trying to move forward. He'll have Zeus to contend with soon. No grenades left for this fnatic side. It's all about dueling. Flusher and Hobbit coming through these trains. Flusher though, running distraction now, but Mo will pick him off, and it's JW. He is the last man standing. The Molotov will force him forward. Surely he might get 1 kill here. Hobbit's only got 4 HP. He's defusing without the kit. Mo with the AWP. It should be the other way around. But Hobbit's got 4 HP. Which one defuses? At least the kit's there. But Mo, he's got to deliver here. He's got his pistol out. It is so awkward for him. Is he defusing it? I don't think so. Oh my God, it's too late now. What a way to lose a round. Shooting your teammate in the head through a wall, giving his position away. Everything falls apart. Surely that was Gambit. That has got to be the worst luck.
That is crazy. You wonder if there's maybe like a communication. I mean, it must be a communication problem there. Dozi's making the push, and they're shooting his position. So definitely seems like perhaps, you know, one, maybe Dozi just decided it's like, I'm going to do this play, and maybe didn't communicate it. It's hard to say what it might be, but that, as you say, it could be the one chance that could get fnatic back into the game. Now they actually have guns, they've got grenades, they're looking for perhaps a fast round straight into the A-bomb site. Olofmeister in typical Olofmeister fashion going straight in, but it's Adren with the first kill to the round as Dennis will fall, and Olofmeister pushes the position, but he gets stopped by Hobbit. Still more work to be done though by fnatic, as Blusher and JW answer back a 3v3, and the bomb still needs to go down though.
Get that boost on CTs. 2 AWPs, only so much you can do with so many smokes out on the map. Everything starting to slow down. fnatic taking it slow, trying to identify where the CTs might be, trying to get their communication game on with some more seconds to take pause. Angles so close. Mo being teased by Flush, but Flush not engaging the angle. The bomb needs to be collected. JW is going for the flank towards the IV position, and that's exactly where Mo is standing. If he stops scoping, Crims must know he's there. Crims is just around the corner. They've got the time to make this play. fnatic being very, very careful. If they win this round, they break the money of their opponent. If they lose this round, it is game points. fnatic.
No.
He sees the barrel, and there goes Mo. It's Adren with the AWP behind the smoke. He might walk through it for free if he's brave enough. JW playing close to the smoke as well, and it might be a no-scope from him. fnatic on the comeback. If Gambit go on to lose this map, then surely they just go back to that headshot thing. I mean, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy.
So a chance rears its head here for fnatic. Gambit humbled, perhaps now that they have no money again, and all that momentum sort of goes away. I have to say, I've been really impressed with Mo's performance so far. He looks really dangerous at the moment, an assassin with that AWP. And now this should be a pretty calm and easy round for fnatic. On paper, there's only really a P250 and 4 stock USPs for fnatic to worry about. So you can see Olofmeister, he realizes that he's got the Mac 10 out. It's a tool fit for purpose in this round. JW able to get another frag as well, so just systematic cleanup of these saving players. fnatic bullying Gambit in this round, but now Gambit can buy again. It's not the best money in the world, but it is enough.
Yeah, they can buy now, and if they lose, they can buy at 14-14. Gambit with 2 chances to stop fnatic getting to game point. fnatic 2 rounds behind. It's a Gambit tactical timeout at present. Mo's on the AWP again. There may be a lack of grenades in this round. There'll definitely be a lack of helmets. So, does this, with a pause like this, I do wonder if fnatic will play it slow, expecting a push. I mean, we've seen some insane pushes from Dozier when he's been ill-equipped, and he's ill-equipped once again with a UMP. So they may look for that. They may put 2 or 3 people towards the B bomb site so they can trade if necessary. What will the play of Gambit be? Mo's been everywhere with his AWP. It seems he's headed towards the IV position. Can post up towards main from there as well. So let's see what Gambit have in store for fnatic.
fnatic making their way towards Ali at the moment, so will Mo go for the peaks? Of course, there's all kinds of shenanigans. Oh, that is so fast from Mo! And that means so much as well. Hobbits, he's got some action too. T-Main's gonna handle that one nicely as Dennis gets shut down, and 20 seconds have passed in the round, and 2 members for fnatic trying to go for picks. It has blown up in their faces, and now they simply have to combine their forces and go together somewhere. That's pretty much all they can do at this point. They can't risk losing another member to a 1 versus 1. They need to get a situation where the bomb can be planted and where they can trade frags.
Mo with no Kevlar. I wonder if he'll end up swapping places with Adren. Adren's holding the high grounds, but he doesn't have a scope, so that's going to make life more difficult for him. He has a look just in case they're creeping down the stairs, and you see him dropping a smoke. That may be a good timing, and fnatic are going to force the issue moving through. Nobody checking Dozier's position just yet, but surely they will, surely they will. No kill for Dozier with his UMP. The bomb's going to go down, the CT's on the retake. That's a good start from Adren. Olofmeister and Crims remain. Hobbit's coming in from the flank, but he doesn't have the angle. They're making it work, fnatic, but they're both tagged. 4 of these 5 remaining players are all very close to dying. And there goes Crims, leaving Olofmeister up on the high ground on his own. He won't get it done. It's game point Gambit in the first map of this best of 3.
What a relief for Gambit, not finding themselves in that position where, you know, there's that one mistake and maybe it gets into their heads, maybe it, you know, compounds the problem and things get worse. But again, composed, experienced players, good leadership. And they are playing their hearts out right now. Just one more round and the double AWPs certainly pose problems for fnatic. And fnatic, well, you know, they're going to fight fire with fire. They've got 2 AWPs of their own, JW and Dennis picking them up. So looks like fnatic are going to double down on the picking approach. Let's see how that goes for them. Because so far, again, Mo and Dren have been fantastic.
4 AWPs. Oh! Dennis taking gambles there, but we'll come back to that later because there is a 4-man engagement towards the IV position, and the advantages will go straight back in favor of fnatic. 1 minute 35 on the clock, and there are 3 CTs here. They are on the verge of being reset. That would be a complete disaster for them.
What on earth is happening there, the AWP battles? You can see why both teams are buying all those AWPs, and Olofmeister now looking to try and make things worse. But it's Zeus who wins such an important 1 versus 1, and this is what we talk about when we talk about fnatic. They really love to take these 1v1s, and it can really send things spiraling out of control for your defense. But Gambit standing up strong so far against the oppressive side that is fnatic, and the bomb can be planted. And Dozier's position is very good at the moment with a silenced M4. Perhaps he can get the drop on somebody. It might just be Flusher. He's creeping below him. Does Dozier look around? This is such an important moment. Flusher now spraying onto Dozier's teammates. Dozier turns around, gets the kill in the trade, but that opens him up to Crims. The worst has happened now. Leaves it all to Adren in a 1 versus 2.
They've got the high ground, the T's. They've got the high ground, and Adren may not fancy this one. How does he not get traded? He'll hear the bullets whizzing past his ears. And fnatic have stayed alive. 13 rounds coming their way, and the money's not spectacular for Gambit, so they are in a very awkward spot. But going back to that first frag in the rounds, the CTs always get to connector to look towards main before the T's get to main to look towards connector. It is not an advantageous peak for the T's. It is a gamble that didn't pay off for Dennis on that occasion. Maybe expecting Mo to be around the IV position of the AWP, but Adren was at connector with a sniper of his own, and that's a sniper that remains in this round. 13-15, Gambit, they can't really buy. It would be a massive gamble for the side. The money next round would be great either, so Adren, I mean, because it's an AWP, you could go give it to Mo with no Kevlar, but he will stay with it and do what he can.
Adren's going into a poor position with that AWP. That's very scary stuff, isn't it? The push comes in from fnatic, and oh wow, Zeus! He prevents the bomb from going down. Adren has been lost though. Nice transfer there from Olofmeister, and there was some shenanigans at play, but fnatic have diffused them in more ways than one, and we'll see themselves brought onto the 14th round. And are they actually going to do this? Are we going to get the first map of the day here in the playoffs be overtime?
Would you have it any other way?
No. I would not, James. Let's bring it on.
Second last timeout for Gambit. And they're going to have to drastically change their approach in this round. Adren has gone from an AWP to a Mag-7. Quite opposite ranges on those weapons, so one would expect him to go towards the ladder position. Or maybe even a play towards main with a flashbang, but there are almost no grenades on this CT side. It's a very desperate time for Gambit. Adren's got a good spawn to make it to ladder room as well, to the pop dog. But fnatic, they are fully equipped. They are ready for this overtime. They will feel like they deserve this overtime. JW close to the 30 bomb, 26 kills at the moment, leading the server.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see if how Gambit could possibly make this work. With this amalgam of guns. Adren. Oh my god, it's Mo. It was Mo. Calm down, everyone. It was Mo with the headshot there, but nice little assist there from Adren with that Mag-7 of his. And Dennis just so brazen. Yep, I'm just going to walk out here. Don't mind me, but Gambit are going to shut that down. And it looks like fnatic, they might just try to end this here on the B-bomb side. They're all rallying up and readying the charge.
They've had a lot of success there Has not been a spectacular day for Dozier on the B bomb site, but now he's finally got an M4. He can start things off well. Got support from the high ground as well, but that support has gone, doing some damage, but no frags. Mo coming in with a fast 2K. Is this it? JW on his own, 1 versus 3 to keep his team in this first map of this best of 3. The bomb is down on the high ground. He's exposed. He is forced into the open. There are Molotovs to be thrown here by the CT side as well, but they will allow him to collect. Hobbit trying to find a funky angle, can't quite do it. Nobody's close enough to hit the scope. JW will escape with the bomb for now. He has 40 seconds. He's got to guess. Is he better off towards B or better off towards A? There are no eyes on Popdog at the moment, but Adren is making his way there.
Gambit playing this so smart. They understand the timing as well. They understand exactly how JW might move around the map. As we can see, Adren making his way towards team main. JW going for the double back, and there you go. Gambit make it work. 16-14, one key error, and it could all have been over, but they composed themselves, and they are indeed making that stage look very good here today.
Crisis averted for Gambit. One of the most unusual things I have seen, headshotting your teammate when he's on the flank through a wall, when he's above 2 Ts, could have been a turning point, could have been psychologically crushing, but no, they turn it around. 16-14, Gambit take the first map of the series. On the pick'ems, Fnatic were 55% favored for this. I personally favor Gambit. I think, are you with Fnatic for this one?
Yeah, I was edging Fnatic, but after seeing this first map and seeing how Mo is playing, because for me, if Mo is actually playing that well with the AWP and he can go toe-to-toe with all of the AWP skill on the other team, that evens it out for me. And now, yeah, we've got a really awesome fight on our hands. I cannot wait to get into Inferno.
It's getting hot in here, man. Jackets
got to come
off. It's mad hot in here. It's tense on the first map of the first day here in the Tauron Arena. Tauron? Probably Tauron.
I almost said Sauron Arena the other day, and which would be quite interesting. But yes, the Tauron Arena here in Krakow. It's a beautiful arena. The stage is amazing. I couldn't really think of a better place for this event.
And it's time for the thoughts on the first map. Over to Paul.
Yes, good first map. No jacket required here, that's for sure. Back with our panel members, Fifth Flown and Moses, to break down map number 1. Good performance by Gambit, and as the boys in the commentary booth said, could all have pivoted on a very odd team kill.
Yeah, that's an awkward situation that put them in, didn't it? I mean, this match to me was just kind of crazy in the sense that it was so op heavy. I mean, both of those teams had a lot of success with the AWP, and it felt like part of that was because there was a lot of space given up in some of these bomb sites. There was a lot of map that they could work with on some of these executes. I think like one of the most aggressive stances we saw from Fnatic is when like Crims is pushed up towards E-Box, and he did great in that position on the defense, but the ops just became so critical because there were just so many duels going on at like long range as well.
Yep, going to take a look through the highlights of this first map. Was their map pick, Robin, obviously, yeah. And they've got through it, and I guess they've bounced back from the 12-16 defeat that they had on this very map at DreamHack. So they did learn something, they did adjust, and they've come out on top.
And definitely, I mean, that was the worry coming into this, right? When they left Cobblestone open in the map pool, and yeah, we were kind of upset that Gambit actually didn't go with that pick. But hey, they won their map. This is a good start for them, and then leading into it. But as Jason was saying, with a lot of op heavy. On both sides, and it was actually looking pretty bad in the beginning for Gambit. I mean, they won the pistol, great round by Mo, and then after that, the extremely slow rounds. We were down to like 20 seconds, didn't really pay off. The first 5-6 rounds over to Fnatic after Gambit won the pistol, but then after that, Gambit started abusing the inner bomb side a little bit, started getting the bomb down and crawled their way back in the half.
Yeah, and it's also, I mean, it's got to be crushing if you're JW, because I thought he had a phenomenal game with the AWPs specifically. He was excellent. And I think actually the T-sides for Fnatic is still they're kind of struggling on them. We saw it a little bit in their game on Nuke against Astralis. The only thing that bailed them out there was some individual openings. Here on Train again, I thought their T-side opened very, very slow. And I mean, really for a long time, the only round they won on that T-side was that Force Buy that came out. It was just like a rush Ivy on an Eco, and that got them close up to the upper. So they took away some of that space, some of that map that they were giving them outside, and eventually swarmed that over. But they just didn't have enough openings going for them. I mean, Gambit started winning all those opening battles towards the end of this game, and just too many rounds Fnatic is playing with a man disadvantage. I think even one of the gun rounds they opened up, it was Dennis with the 2 kills in ladder room, and it was a 5-on-3, and they lost that somehow. They were too passive after getting those 2 opening kills, and allowed all 3 members of Gambit to just gamble towards the outer bomb site and rotate over, and then they were all in position. And it's a little bit lucky, a little bit fortunate, obviously, but if you give them the time to make the right read and it comes in, like, there's always going to be that chance.
That's always the main worry, right? When you always you base your game off of defaults essentially. You get the entries, but then when it comes down to it, there was a lot of even deficit for them as well. 4-on-5s a lot of the times, even for Fnatic. Now, granted, they did end up winning a few of those and then resetting Gambit's economy, but that's definitely going to be that's been Fnatic's issue, I think, this whole year, because they still have the same tendency of just playing defaults and not necessarily going into the heavy executes. And with a team like Gambit, especially when they were not really giving them a lot of picks either, then you're going to be seeing a lot of rounds where that doesn't necessarily go their way.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard, and it shows a very definitive story as far as Gambit are concerned, because if there's one thing they've done well, Jason, over the last 3 games in the group stage, is they've all stepped up. There's never a bad game from anyone. They're all within a few frags of each other. And again, same thing here. 5 kill spread between them. Top 24, bottom 19. Yeah,
it's easy to make that happen, to say no one's having a bad game when you have a Dren with like 35 kills. That just makes everyone's job so easy from there. But this one, obviously, when it's this measured, that's phenomenal. That's definitely no weak links. Everyone has their impact round as well, and it just shows also good teamwork. It's not just like someone mowing down 3 players every single round. It's having a good setup to trade, peeking out when you're teammates in a fight. Fnatic side as well, that's pretty even, all things considered. Also, I just think JW had a stellar game.
Crims so many rounds.
Yeah, Crims was a linchpin outside, but JW's op is on point, and that'll, like, if that JW shows up on Inferno as well, I know, let's not get ahead of ourselves to the next map, but that's going to be a dangerous weapon. That's kind of the playstyle that we talked about. If he can be aggressive with the AWP the way he was on Train, he's so scary.
Having picked out one, we've picked out Mao as the MVP for this one. You could easily have gone with any of the other 4 as well for their various moments in the game. But he was one of the players that we haven't really spoken an awful lot. Dren's taken all the headlines because he's top rated. Zeus, the great in-game leader. Dozier, the rock that's been there forever. Hobbit stepped up into the top 10. We didn't speak about Mao at all during the pre-game.
No, I think it's because in terms of sheer impact, when he first joined this team, they needed an opera, and he was. I never really seen Mo as a strong opera, essentially, like not in the likes of Fallen and the or Device. He's just a plain opera. He doesn't necessarily do a whole lot. But one thing that he does do is very consistent in his opping. You're not going to see all the 4 kills, the very aggressive plays, but you are going to see kind of like not necessarily a turret essentially, but he's going to get you that 1 kill. He's going to get maybe even 2, right? And then it's his job done.
How did you feel that Fnatic coped with that map? Because it was a close game after all. They won't be too worried about the result in the end. They've got another map to try and come back into this, and it's their choice. So,
I thought it was all right. Just again, the T side was a little bit lacking until too late. I thought, and obviously the CT side was also a little bit weird because it felt like they had the one thing Gambit did really good in the first half when Fnatic was CT was they weren't winning a lot of those rounds when Rob was talking about like the very, very slow pace, but they were getting the kills. They were getting the kills, and they got a couple plants in there. So they were building up their own economy through losing and also making sure that Fnatic was being ground down. So when they finally do get that win, then they go on for 5 wins. They get the upper hand that way. But it didn't look like they were going to have a great plan themselves. I thought Fnatic came in all right. It's just the T side sometimes with this team aren't very convincing, and it is just like some of those. It is that like lame excuse where it's just like someone's going to have just an individual round that opens things up. Crims had a couple great entries on their T side, but you can't really rely on those to get you those rounds as the game goes on.
Do you feel like they read Gambit okay though?
I actually thought that Gambit did a much better job of reading Fnatic than the other way around. I think Gambit outplayed Fnatic in that sense.
Robin?
Yeah, I think so. So I think that the game plan, especially for Fnatic, is always going to be the same. It doesn't really matter on the map, right? It's just communication, try and push somewhere, get that entry, and fall back and just play the number advantage. But I feel like for Gambit's sake, in the beginning, like Jace was saying, now there were, the rounds that they ended up or did not end up winning, they were just super low, and then at later stages of that, like I said, just abusing the inner bomb side. So
I think Taz put it the best way when you talk about Fnatic, because he's just the guy that comes in and he says, well, if they're hitting their shots, they're probably going to win, and if they're not, then they're probably going to lose. It's just the way that goes at times with this team, and it's what made them so exciting, so dominant for so long. Because if that works, if that style works, it is hard to stop. It is very difficult to stop, and at the moment, it's just not as impressive as we'd like to see it.
Indeed. Right. why don't we check in with what an experience we have at the majors? Experience is everything, of course, so let's take a trip down the major experience road.